Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is slightly different because, as you currently know, pretty much most of the world is in lockdown at the moment, and I thought it'd be interesting to see what life is like for a band during this time. And I've kindly had Luna Blue offer to join me on this video to answer a couple of questions about what life is like for them, how they're coping as being a band during this lockdown situation. So we'll head over to the Zoom call now where they'll answer the questions for you, and hopefully you'll get an insight to what life is like for them. So I'm joined with Tom, Nick, Ryan and Seb from Luna Blue, who are going to be answering some questions about what it's like being a band during lockdown. So firstly, Tom, tell us a bit about your current situation.
So my name is Tom, as you just said, and I am in lockdown in Hertfordshire with my family. And as you can see, I've got a piano here because I am a piano teacher, and I have moved all my lessons online and teaching piano online at the moment, which is actually going really well. It's good fun. It's weird, but it's nice. And I'm pretty sure Ryan as well is in the same boat, and Nick with online lessons.
I am indeed. I've been furloughed, so I'm getting paid to sit around doing nothing, which is great.
Fair play.
Yeah, not bad.
So Nick, as there's four of you in the band, all currently in lockdown in different places, how do you find technology is helping you stay connected?
Zoom calls, a lot of Zoom calls, and just trying to keep in contact with each other mostly. It's just because I think as I'm probably the most difficult to get in contact with the group, there's a little hashtag we call, which is hashtag read the chat, which is whenever I kind of go offline for 3 days, and I'm like, what are we doing? And then everyone just replies hashtag read the chat. So it's just
literally it'll be something from 2 messages ago, just make sure you do this at a certain time. Okay, and then Nick will come in a day later. What's happening?
Yeah. it was like,
yeah, that's me.
Yeah, it was earlier when Nick was just like, so who's doing the interview then? And I was like, no, Nick, come on, man.
yeah, that's me. I'm that member of the band. So
You're here now. You're on it. So.
Yeah, there we go. All ends well, doesn't it?
Fortunately, he's a good bassist. So.
So, Ryan, how's lockdown impacting your creative process?
Oh, that's a tricky one. I would say it's definitely harder because there's no face-to-face meeting with each other. So we are trying to write music from our own homes, and we kind of use Zoom and emails to sort of send over ideas to each other. But it's definitely harder. I don't know if the rest of you guys are feeling this. It's definitely harder.
Yeah.
I think it's good that I think that me, Tom, and Ryan all have our own kind of recording software, so we can kind of record with enough quality to kind of listen to things properly and break it down and do all that stuff, which definitely makes things easier. Recording equipment comes in handy.
That is true. That's very true.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool lately because we've been making demos, and then as you're saying, Ryan has then been able to add his parts to this demo, and then we send it to the emails, and then Nick will get it from the emails, he'll add his part to it, and then we'll put it back on the emails, and then I'll get it, and then I'll take out the program drums and I'll give it to Seb, and then Seb will get his part, and then we'll put the part back on the emails, and then we'll take it off. So that's kind of
it's a real process.
Yeah. Way more
it's
hard.
A lot. Yeah, it's a lot longer, much longer process, but it's worth it.
Yeah. It's nice because obviously, I mean, maybe not for you guys, but for me, I've got more time to play around with stuff, so I can really experiment with what I'm putting in. But because I'm at the end of the chain, it'll go through one person, then through another person, then through another person, and then I start putting stuff down, and then it will change a little bit. I'm like, oh, okay, well, this part, so I guess I'll change that again now.
Yeah.
It kind of links into the next question as well, but Seb, how have you been using the time to write or record any music, and if so, how have you been finding it?
So we're not recording anything, not for actual tracks. We're recording covers sort of pretty much once a week, which we're putting out onto socials.
Seeing them, they're really good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
They're kind of thrown together very very last minute. We only give ourselves a week to get all the parts and record them and send them to each other and put it together. But yeah, I mean, like we said, we're writing stuff so that when we come out of this and we can hit a studio up, you know, we've got lots of material to actually record. So lots of demos sort of coming together, but nothing proper.
And go out with a bang when lockdown ends.
That's the plan. 2021 will be even bigger.
So, Tom, have you found any benefits in creating music in isolation?
You're trying to think of one.
We've had some. We've actually had some nice discussions as a band lately about how the overall like direction of the band's going, which we haven't really had properly in like the past year. Because normally, like, we normally write a demo and we're kind of like, oh yeah, like this is cool. We play around parts and like it's back and forth, and then we release it. But yeah, even like last week, we had a conversation and we were like, okay, you know, we don't want to go too indie pop, but we don't want to go too rocky just yet. So like, where's the middle ground? So in terms of, I guess, collaborating and actually chatting about everything, I feel like that's fairly successful at the moment, which...
It kind of comes back to what I was saying earlier as well. Like, being stuck in lockdown gives you... It's a good and a bad thing. It makes you think a lot more because you're not doing anything. So all you can do is just think about what you're doing, you know, as a band, what you're writing. So it kind of makes you analyse, I guess, what you're doing a lot more. And that's why we started having these conversations about where do we want to go next. So that's positive, I suppose.
Right.
And Nick, have you found any negatives in creating music in isolation?
It's a lot slower. It's a much slower process. Like especially for the four of us anyway, because we're all such diverse and different musicians. Like when it's hard enough getting music out when the four of us are together, because we all have like, I remember we're always trying to, every single person wants like a certain song to go in a different direction.
Yeah. And
then it's just conflict of ideas, and that process already is difficult. And then being away from each other just makes it 10 times harder. It kind of doesn't really give us a choice in the fact we have to hear each other out and hear each other's views in it, which I guess is a positive thing. The negative thing is a lot slower, and which makes things a lot harder and much more slower paced. Yeah. So I don't know if that makes sense. I kind of waffled on a bit there.
Yeah, I like to add, like, on the bright side though. I can't remember, I think it might be my mum actually. I was chatting to about this yesterday, but you know, like we launched a track yesterday, and we've got one more track coming out from when we did our last recording session, and we're about to go into recording this summer, and we've got 2 of the tracks ready, and I'm actually pretty chuffed with 2 of the tracks which we're doing at the moment. I think they're both sounding well. I know that one of our tracks is actually like the best thing I think we've ever written, so I'm really excited to get that out. So isolation has its pros too.
So Ryan, how have you been using social media to connect with your followers during the lockdown situation?
I think it's just kind of been going as usual, really. We just keep trying to pump out as much content as we can and still keep everybody engaged. I think something that's really important at this time for any band is to keep on top of your social media and keep your presence there, or else you might sort of just fade out, you know. So yeah, we keep posting on Twitter, keep posting on Instagram. Recently, when we released that track, we did that big competition, which we had a brilliant response to. I think it was the most pre-saves we've ever had.
Wow.
By like 700% or something.
Yeah, like a massively, you know. So yeah, just keep posting and trying our best to keep people engaged with competitions and things like that.
What was our pre-saves in the end? Was it like 800, 900, something like that?
Yeah, just shy. Wow. Yeah, just shy of 800.
Wow.
Yeah, considering our last one had, it's like 140 for a track.
Yeah.
Like 3 months ago. Like, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Sick.
So, Seb, have you been doing any live stream gigs, or do you have any planned?
Yeah, we did we did a couple right at the start of lockdown. I think the problem with live stream gigs is they're obviously you can't, because of like lag and stuff. We can't do a live stream, all four of us over Zoom, because it would just fall apart. Yeah. So I mean, like we've been doing the covers every week. Obviously it's not live, but it's the closest we can get to it. We just record our parts and send them in together. But Tom's done a couple acoustic live things. We did one with Supper, didn't we? Right at the start of lockdown. I think we did one. You did one by yourself as well, didn't you? Just on our page.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Right at the beginning. Right at the beginning of lockdown. It's so long ago now. I can't believe we've been locked down for 2 months. It's insane.
Yeah, it's mental, isn't it? It's crazy. It's the 8th week of lockdown we're on.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So,
but you know, I don't know if we've got anything planned, but we certainly could. You know,
Except
I think.
for
got a drumathon.
Oh God!
Yeah.
How could I forget? Obviously. So I'm doing a 24-hour session of drumming non-stop.
Gosh.
Playing through Nirvana's Nevermind album. I'm doing it to raise money for the Music Venues Trust.
All right. Yeah.
Because obviously there's not going to be any gigs for a long time. So I just want to do my part to try and support the venues, because you know I think they're going to suffer pretty hard. So yeah, if you want to tune into that, anyone who's watching, 22nd of May, starting from 7 p.m, going right through to 7 p.m. the next day. So either donate, or if you can't or don't want to donate, just come watch me suffer.
You've got a link, then pop it in the description box for you.
Yeah, definitely.
And just like speaking of donations and whatnot, we announced it on Twitter. I think a press release went out. We haven't done it on like Facebook. Oh no, we have done it on Facebook. Okay, we have pushed it, but we haven't like properly pushed it yet on the social media. And like what was it I saw yesterday? We've hit like 80% of our target.
90% of our target already. And I want to go way beyond what we set now. Now that I know it's doable, I just want to smash it as much as we can. So.
Awesome. Well, good luck with that.
Thank you.
And Tom, how do you think music fans could help support artists during lockdown?
At the beginning of lockdown, there was that big tagging to buy people's merch and whatnot, where bands were tagging other bands to buy merch, which I think is really cool. If you can actually get to your merch stash to send it out in this time, because I know that where I am, I don't have merch, and none of us do. I think Nick, you've got all the merch with you, don't you? Which is cool. Yeah, and to be fair, I would say streaming, but everyone has no choice but to stream. So like our streams are going up. I know loads of other bands are. Yeah, just staying engaged. I know lots of bands are actually putting up posts at the moment asking their followers to turn their notifications on Instagram, because you know with Instagram, like it's such a weird place because everyone's on it at the moment that you just like you've got to sift through so much crap to try and actually find like your friends, because like everyone's doing sponsored posts to try and get their audience. Everyone's posting all the time. Like it's just a maze at the moment. So yeah, turning on notifications of your favorite artists, buy their merch, and yeah, just message them
and donate to the Music Venues Trust.
And the final question goes out to all of you, but what advice would you give other musicians during these unprecedented times?
Use social media and engage with your fan base more.
use this also, like we have our own podcast, and one thing that stuck in my mind from one of the people on them who I think it was Scarlett who said this, but just use this time to relax as well. Like obviously keep going and doing all the stuff you need to do, but also find time just to chill out.
Yeah,
I think it's important to do that and not burn yourself
I think
out.
the conversation we had was that there's so many people telling you, oh, you've got to use this time to learn this and learn that and improve yourself, and that's fine, but there's nothing wrong with just using this time to relax and, you know, look
Sit
after
in your
yourself.
pants all day.
Exactly. Your pants all day. It's fine.
Still haven't done that. I need to book in a day in the diary where I just sit in my pants all day long.
Doing it right now.
Curtains shut.
He lied. He actually just just got dressed for this.
First time in 4 days.
Nice.
Okay, well, thank you very much for joining me, and everybody go and check out their new single "Away with You." It's out now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thanks for
much.
having
Thank you
me.
very much.
Cheers.
Thanks for having us.
A massive thank you to Luna Blue for joining me for this video. I hope you all got a bit of an insight of what it's like to be a band during this unprecedented time. I will leave all their links in the description below to their social media and their music that they've got out now, and also the link to Seb's 24-hour drumathon if you would like to sponsor him. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and why not hit that subscribe button while you're on my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.